about like loving long hair and why I have a long hair channel. So I truly believe everybody and anybody that wants the right to be on YouTube has a right to come on this platform off the bat. Like anytime someone tells you, oh, somebody says something rude to you, you should just let it go. And why do you come on this platform? Did you know either they're a narcissist enabler or they're a narcissist? So anybody that tells somebody, and you know, I've always had good experiences on this platform. So when somebody's live streaming on their own channel, they're on their channel. They're not like, I know there's some people that believe that some people in this world, like, if they question bad behavior, oh, but that would be the equivalent of telling someone that they shouldn't go to school, that they're not allowed to go to an amusement park because someone might say something rude to them. And we have a lot of bad behavior because anybody that wants to have a channel on this platform can. It is an open platform for anybody. And my topic is hair care. If people come to my channel, like if the feed might push it out live to some people that don't usually come to my channel, but I just find that unusual. So that's what that talk was about on Sunday, like why I just decided, like if I'm going to have a chat that goes really odd like that in the future, I will just disable chat because I just think it's so problematic that there's some people that think it's okay to come on here and write anything that they like. Because honestly, they have options. If they want to do that, they should be big enough to know, well, obviously, this channel is not for them. And there are lots of channels that they could go watch and partake in. And so after that, I decided, you know what, I'm not going to talk about it, but I'm definitely going to delete or disable people that engage in it. I do still think YouTube should clean up its platform so that anybody, because look, I'm an adult, I'm strong enough to point out this bad behavior. There's going to be a lot of younger people that have been bullied into really bad mental health conditions because of behavior online. Like there have been people, and I know some people say, oh, it's no big deal, but there's been people that committed, like they unalive themselves over things that people said on social media to them. Like there was a girl a few years back when MySpace was popular, and she thought that this boy like liked her, and he made this account and he pretended to be from another school, knew her mutual friends, and then he broke up with her, and it like crushed her, and she committed unaliving herself. And I know some people are going to say, oh, well, that was because she had a mental health condition. But it turned out it was another kid who knew her and the mom that were running that account. And they were pretending like they were impersonating someone. So that was a form of mental abuse, in my opinion. And I know some people are going to say, oh, but that's okay. Oh, that's really nice. I'm glad to hear that the World's Fair is coming. So I have a big problem with that, because those are the people, like anybody that tells somebody that they shouldn't come on this platform. Well, I hate to break it to you, but anybody that wants to, as long as they're following the rules and they're kind to others, can definitely be on this platform. And if we talk about how maybe YouTube should do more, and maybe TikTok even should do more about weeding out the drama channels that just feed off this real negativity, that's what I think. So if those kind of people do come to my channel, yeah, I'm going to swiftly get rid of them. I'm not going to allow that kind of behavior on my channel because it is bullying, and I know there's a lot of bullying that's acceptable, and people have accepted bullying. And you know, when I was a kid in middle school, I knew people like that. They were bullies, and my mom did not tolerate it. We went to the principal about it. So we're the kind of people, we don't put up with bullying, okay? And a lot of people don't like that. Some people are going to say, oh, you have to just let kids figure out their own problems. But those kids, they're going to grow up to be adults that cyberbully, okay? And they're going to grow up to just participate in bad behavior. So yeah, I will address it. But there was somebody that got mad. Hello, how you doing? I'm glad that you do. I imagine that most people are civil. So I just wanted to talk about that. That's why I disabled the chat the other day. And I have to say, the chat I had the other day, there were a lot of nice people. But it did bother me a little bit because I know that there were some people that were telling somebody to stop writing something, and that's how I figured it out. Because I didn't even notice right away, but somebody was upset about something someone wrote. And if somebody in the chat is upset about something that they wrote and they told you to stop, you should stop. But the people that are into cyberbullying or trolling or whatever you want to call it, they don't have lives. They have Sunday kicks to hurt people. I don't know. Or they derive some sort of weird joy out of like scrolling the feed to just be belligerent. I don't understand. But yeah, I do think it's a form of bullying that YouTube should address. But that's just the only thing I'm going to say about that. And overall, I don't agree with people like that. And anytime someone's told you that you shouldn't do something, like if you don't like the way people act in a certain environment, you have to know right off the bat that's a form of exclusion and bullying. And anytime somebody tries to exclude somebody that they don't like, I have big questions why. You don't have to be friends with everybody, but there is a problem like when you're talking negatively about other people all the time. Like when all you ever do is like look for people that don't fit into what you think is cool, or you think somebody doesn't belong, so they shouldn't be there. But I hate to tell you this, anybody can have a YouTube channel. Some people think only certain, and then they think, oh, if there is a channel with a person that they don't like, that they get to bully that person. And some people unfortunately are feeding off of that, which is fine. Like I guess if some people feed off that, they should go with it. But I don't like it. I really wish YouTube would do something about it. I wish parents would talk to their kids about it. But I feel we live in an age where, I hate to say it, people really don't engage with their kids enough, because I see people on their phones, so they probably don't even know what their kids are looking at or doing or saying. But I'm going to tell you, anything that they're saying, they're hearing at home first, usually, unless they're just like raised completely by an iPad, which I don't think anybody's completely raised by an iPad, you know? No, I don't look trans at all. Like, it's fine to be trans, but I look like a woman that's a mixture of Middle Eastern and white, and that's okay. Like, you can be trans, and I've never used my channel to say like that's bad. But on the same token, if somebody has never said I'm trans, you have to honor, respect, love, and cherish somebody that just loves themselves as a born woman. Because I've never, like, there's nothing about me that's trans. I've never said that I'm trans. I'm very feminine in who I am, and I'm not saying that a trans person can't be feminine. But on the same token, I think, okay, without spending too much time on this, I'm not super political, and I'm not one of these people that's I think everybody should be who they want to be, right? I'm not out here to stop any being who they want to be. But there's a lot of like conservative wacky woodles right now, and they get really upset because there are some conservative people that are actually women, and they will get offended like if like you were to ask them that, because like they would be offended by their faith. I don't know why, but I think it's the best rule of thumb. If somebody hasn't said on their channel, like if they don't say in the chat, I'm this, it's probably better not to like say that. Just my opinion, you know? Like, you can say that about yourself, but I don't think you should ever ask someone who hasn't, and that's my policy too. Like, I would never ask somebody, are they this, are they that? Because they'll tell you what they are. Like, you don't need to ask them. That's just my kind of take on it, you know? I mean, that's completely my take. Like, you can be whatever you want to be and be happy with who you are. I have my own beliefs, and I mean, I just try to live my own life. I'm more of a I like to focus on myself and be kind to others, not tell others what they should be. I'm not into censoring books and stuff, which is a very popular thing in the U.S. right now. I know a lot of people get upset if there's a book, an anime book. I mean, like, if you don't want your child to read the anime book, don't let them read the anime book. I don't know what to tell people. And definitely, like, if, I don't know. It's a very loaded topic, but there are people that are that, and I think if they want to be that, it doesn't take away from me, but I was born a woman. I'm happy being a woman. I'm a very feminine woman. I'm attracted to men. Well, some men, not all men, but I'm attracted to some men, and that's just who I am. But on the same token, I don't really make, like, that a big part of what my channel is. It's just more about feminine hair care, and I'm allowed to do that because I'm just doing that for myself, you know. But anybody that wants to grow their hair long, that's fine. And there are men that present masculine, that are born masculine, that remain masculine, that also have long hair. Like, long hair isn't just for women, like Native American men especially. A lot of them, culturally, long hair is a big part of their heritage, like growing their hair long. Like, and I'm not Native American, I'm just talking about how in some cultures men have long hair too, you know. No, because I don't do groups. Like, this is a very introverted channel, and anything that's kind of a group related topic, I don't do it. But if it's a group that's good and it doesn't treat people bad, then yeah, people should, you know, do what makes them happy. But I'm just not a pro joining groups of any kind. Like, when I was young, like, I went to church a little bit, but I didn't even really like churches that much, just because I just found them to be too social, really. And I'm just not a social one. I'm not a social butterfly. I think in college I joined a couple of academic societies, and once again, wasn't really my thing. Like, I just derive a lot of joy from, like, if I do go out and do something, I like to do things with my sister primarily these days. And we're just kind of at that point in our life where we really enjoy, like, doing things with our family, like my sister and I, and her kids, and her grandchild, and that's just kind of how we like to do it. And we see my mom occasionally, although my mom, I mean, she's doing really good, but she's just getting older, so she doesn't go out much, especially since the panini, because she just worries about infectious disease a lot. So for her, she stays home. But I do things with my one sister, and mostly, like, if I have free time, I'm just at home. I'm not out and about. I'm not a big social person, and I know some people are into big social, being social online as well. Like, I don't know, I kind of just do things on my channel, really. Oh, of course. Salam alaikum to you too. No, I don't think about cutting my hair, because this is a long hair journey channel where I'm growing my hair long, and I cut my hair a couple times, and I have to say I was very unhappy with it, like, especially when I did it 2 years ago. So the whole point of this channel is to regrow my hair and never to cut it again like that. I trim my hair, I'll trim my hair, but I'm never gonna do a big cut again. It's not me. I was probably the unhappiest I've ever been, and I felt really myself a couple years ago, like 2.5 years ago, when I cut my hair. I just did not, I didn't feel like I was me. And I know some people are like, it's just hair, but for people that love long hair, like, I just felt like a spiritual connection to my long hair in a way, and not like a way that other people do, but I just feel like it presents a lot of who I am, and I love to braid my hair, and I just love to wear it long, and I like to wear dresses. And I know some people, they make assumptions about people that do all those things, right? But that's just my style. And I even like some 1950s style dresses, but I don't like the shorter haircuts. And some people think, like, if you wear that kind of fashion, you're supposed to, like, want to have your hair short too. But I'm like, in the 50s, actually, there were women that wore their hair in buns. Some women
never cut their hair short. Like, I know that became a thing like 100 years ago, but it almost seems like 100 years ago when women started to have the option to cut their hair short. One thing I experienced, I don't experience as much now, but to some degree, is like women thinking other women should cut their hair short. And I always thought that was kind of a strange thing, like, or just other people thinking women should cut their hair short. And I'm encouraging everybody that wants to grow their hair long to do it, because it's like we're in this group of people that a lot of people don't want to just keep growing their hair to see like how long they can grow it, or just to have fun with it. Like, we live in a society where people want to change their hair a lot, right? And this is more, I'm in it for the long haul, not to change my hair a lot. Like, I'll do henna in my hair, but I don't need to like have all these different styles. Well, braiding for me is a style, but when I talk about styles, like different layered cuts and things like that, like those just aren't things that I derive joy from. Like, I don't want to do all those things. Some people really enjoy it though, you know? It's a big part of their aesthetic, and you know, I think that's great, but I just have no interest in it, because 2 years ago I did have short hair, and then all of a sudden people told me that I need to start doing something particular with my hair, and I was thinking, no, I'm just growing my hair back out again. And the only reason I cut my hair like that a couple of years ago was because I had a little bit of a scalp condition from having experimented with low poo and only using conditioner to wash my hair, which I think was a big mistake. I should have probably just tried washing my hair a bit more to clear up my scalp, you know, with sulfate shampoos and with clarifying shampoos, because I don't think sulfates are bad. Some people are really against sulfates. I'm not one of those people. And I do think there's a benefit for most people clarifying their scalp. At least, like, I know right now, like, a lot of people